don't you think? And it's not for me to judge. My cell phone started blowing up last night. I started getting messages from both sides of the aisle. A lot of folks say you, as a new leader, you're responsible for handling that. You're responsible for allowing that to be handled in a more professional, civil way, and that you dropped the ball here. Would you concur that you do take some responsibility for what happened there?
You know, Marty, I have to be honest. Like, whenever we were in the minority for the last 4 years, we just never resorted to those kind of tactics where it got like that in the committee. Now, do I need to do a better job? Sure. I'm glad to say that. I do. But I don't think I've ever resorted to that sort of a mob type of approach that I thought some, not all, but some of the members did, and some staff members did, which I've never seen before.
Jesse White, you were in the mob. You were part of that mob. I mean, he's making it as if you were the bullies, and all he was trying to do was maintain order. I mean, that's the vibe I'm getting.
Well, it's ironic they would use the mob reference, since the Republicans spent $200,000 portraying me in a mob costume during the campaign last year. But I think that we're missing a fundamental point here. The fundamental point is that, first of all, I would challenge the leader to show me, of the amendments that were offered yesterday, which one of them would be considered nuclear or would be designed to blow up debate. I had one of those amendments. It was a substantive amendment on the policy. These were not nuclear amendments. And I think that's why so many members of the Democratic caucus were so shocked at the kind of draconian moves that were made yesterday that immediately shut off debate on basically the entire rest of the session. Now, and I have to laugh whenever the leader says that the Republicans didn't resort to those kind of tactics. Well, the reason that the Republicans never got that angry was because we never shut off their ability to offer amendments. Last session, there were over 5,400 amendments taken up in the House. Many of them, and I think even the leader would have to admit this, were designed to stifle debate, to draw things out, to keep us there until 11 o'clock, or to force members to make votes they didn't want to make because they were unpopular. So to come back now that on basically their first day in the majority running a substantive agenda and cry foul, it's laughable to anybody that really knows what's going on here.
Leader Turzai, Mike, hey, I know you. Man, I've known you for years. I've never had a conversation with you that was not civil. I got to be honest. You have never said a cross word to me, either on the air or off the air. I mean, it's just not your reputation. Yet you see this yesterday. This has to be real distasteful to you, Mike. And then for thousands of people to hear this right now, and for the folks in Pennsylvania to think this is what we get, it's a bit embarrassing, isn't it, Leader Turzai?
Well, the only thing I would say, Marty, is in the first instance, I mean, if you watch the tape, like, I never lost my temper or control ever. I just tried to get a vote. And I never yelled or said anything harsh about anybody in that room in the entire proceeding.
Yeah, but people would argue by just not allowing them to talk, you're the guy that loaded the gun. You're the guy that poured the gas. You just didn't put the match on the fire.
Well, I mean, Marty, I guess some people can say that. Here's my
Jesse, would you not agree? Jesse White, would you not agree?
I would, and Marty, the leader said something a minute ago that I think we should come back to, where he says he wishes it hadn't gone that way with those kind of tactics. Well, I mean, I think there's an opportunity to correct it. This rule is designed to be taken up by the full House on Monday. So, I mean, if the leader really wants to allow debate and allow substance to move forward, then I think we should be asking a commitment from him not to run the rule and allow debate to go forward like it did the entire 4 years the Democrats were in control.
Go ahead, Mike Turzai. Jump in here, sir.
Marty, let me tell you,
yes.
Without getting into a he said
right.
approach here, which is about it.
Yeah.
Look, my view of what happened over the last 4 years in terms of stifling debate, and that we were on a Rendell agenda of taxes, tax increases, more spending, and more borrowing. We did not have an open opportunity to have full debate. And the other thing is we attempted a different approach going into this session to do much of the work in the committees and to get rid of sort of the circus on the debate floor that has just dominated for too many years. Now, I agree. It ended up being the circus in a committee. And I don't know, like that take it down at all costs approach is just not my style. And the rule that's being proposed, Marty, is a change in committee structure, and also it's a motion to table amendment that is specifically in the Senate rules. And we're just taking a rule that the Senate has and making sure we have it in our available arsenal to deal with when the amending process can become part of a tyranny of a minority.
Again, you know, you guys are talking. Hold on, guys. You're talking French to me, and you're talking Chinese to most of the people listening. What people would like to know is there a better way? And I'm going to give you both a chance to respond. Then we're going to go. Jesse, is there not a better way for everybody to try to be more civil? It seems to be all we're talking about in America today, and this is the message that people get on your first day getting together, that y'all hate each other and nothing's going to work out. There has to be a better way. Jesse White first. Go ahead.
Well, Marty, I think it's very simple. The reason that the Democrats were so upset yesterday didn't have anything to do with one day's worth of activity. It has to do with the fact that for the next 2 years, under the rule they're proposing, any amendment, any idea being put forth by a Democratic member that the leader Turzai or the leadership of the House doesn't like will never be heard. And I think passion is good. I think open debate is good. I think that I think it's kind of silly to say that because the Republicans use circus tactics when they were in the minority, it's automatically assumed that the Democrats would do the same thing. It doesn't make any sense. We have a two-party system. We should be allowed open, honest debate. That's all we want. And the Republicans, they are trying to stifle that by what they did yesterday.
Leader Turzai, how do we fix this, sir?
I have to say, open, honest debate. We're for open, honest debate, and that rule change will make sure that it's a disciplined, professional debate as opposed to sort of the autocratic approach that we saw over the last 4 years. And here, Marty, here's my thing. I want to get to substantive ideas of fiscal responsibility, job creation, and integrity in government. We wanted to run integrity in government bills, and they were sabotaged, and we tried to make sure that that doesn't happen again. I think you're going to see civility, but Marty, in the end, it's about the agenda that the majority of Pennsylvanians wanted. Fiscal responsibility, job creation, and integrity in government, and guys like Jesse White are trying to stop that, and I can't help it.
And all we ended up with, instead of any of the talk you're talking about, was yelling and screaming and boorish behavior, right?
Yeah, but I just have to say this, Marty, again, never once did I yell or scream or lose my temper, nor did any Republican speak at that. It was all Democrats, and I hate to say it, but that's the truth.
Marty, real quick, I just